Good morning. I am running really late. I was like, I'm going to do a full day of check-in, 14 weeks out, and here I am very late. So I'm going to do a little bit a shorter version of how I do check-ins. So I am going to do my check-in today. I already did my measurements, but I want to show you guys behind the scenes on how I take my pictures because that was a request. And then I will overview how my check-in went a little bit later. I have to get my daughter ready for school. She is 4. I don't know if you guys know, but I am a mom and I have to manage that stuff as well as work and my gym stuff. And the day is quite busy. I thought today was going to be a little less busy, but clearly my daughter had me up at like 3:30 because her sound machine shut off. And it's really hard to go back to sleep and then wake up and then like everything was delayed. And I think she's a little tired too because it's later than I normally would get her up. So I have to rush and go take video and pictures, but I will show you guys that. The black backdrop here, and then I have a ring light here, camera at hip height, and the ring light. All right, so it's been a very busy morning. I definitely was way behind and feel like a bad mother. I got my daughter to school right before they closed the door. Not ideal. Highly don't recommend. Definitely running a little behind. So right now I am making a digestive cocktail. And what that is a drink. I do room temperature water and I do apple cider vinegar, 15 milliliters. Then I do 30 milliliters of the aloe vera. So we're gonna do that. Oh, 30 right on the dot, thank goodness, because I do have another one, but then I have to open it. And then I do 1 scoop of the Nutrex Research glutamine. So I'm gonna have this before I eat. I'm trying to get more diligent on it. In this, I'm gonna talk about my check-in today. So I will put my pictures here for my check-in. You guys saw the behind the scenes for that. You didn't get to see how I measure, but honestly, I do it naked, so it's gonna be a little awkward. But this week, my glutes came up a lot. They're at 36.5 inches. Last week, they were under 36. They've been averaging close to 36. So I must just have a really good glute pump from this week. And my waist is back down to kind of where I've been maintaining. So I'm close to like 24 inches of the smallest waist. And then like I always measure around my belly button. I have my clients measure around the belly button as well, and that's 25 inches. And my quads are maintaining at 21 inches, which is great because I have goals of having more fullness. And then arms are up a little bit, which is also great because feedback has been, I have small arms. So I'm just really positive about this week's check-in. I am on day 4 of my period. So that's going to be a little bit skewed. Weight is down, just being consistent. I did have that sushi meal on Sunday after the leg workout, but I tracked it in. I gas tracked, which is better than, I always tell people it's like better to gas track than just like throw in the towel and just YOLO. And I actually think I was a little bit under from that. I also am ahead on my
cardio because I thought I was going to get a touch up on my eyebrows and you can't sweat for a little bit. Well, I went to see her yesterday and she's like, actually, your eyebrows are like perfect. We don't have to change anything. Like we don't have to do anything, which is fantastic for prep. I didn't want to lower my intensity because of sweating. And so we're just riding through here. Really loving the new suit color. I'm thinking I'm actually going to wear that for the pro debut. I love purples and blues on me though too, but it's twinkle teal. So you got the blue hue to it. I feel like it makes my eyes pop and I don't even really like have a lot of makeup on. So I can imagine when I got the full glam on, I really like the look. We'll see. Lots of options there. But in regards to my check-in, my nutrition coach is very happy. He said, let's just keep things the same. So we're going to keep them the same this week, and just continue to look closely. And then actually like next weekend, I'll be at the women's workshop. They did announce the agenda. They posted that and I'm very honored to be a part of it and to be a part of the panel on stage, which is wild to me. And like, I got a little nervous. You know, I'm with the queen, Ashley Waltzer. She is she's been she's a reigning bikini champ. And she's also, you know, the fit model look that they've been using until we get an Olympia winner. So very exciting and honestly like very humble about the whole thing. I can't believe I'm gonna be there. You know, I'm very excited and be able to help the ladies with posing, which I love to do. I love helping ladies pose. If you guys didn't know, I am a posing coach. And if you need help, please reach out. You guys can book on my website or on my calendar link. And I would love to help you guys. I love it. I just feel like it is such a true passion of mine. And it's a true passion of mine to share more about the fit model division. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you guys do that. It's B Shay Fit. I'm B Shay Fit across all platforms. So I'm going to drink this drink and then I'm going to make some breakfast and I'll show you guys what I got.
All right, so I have my breakfast made. This is cream of rice with whey and almond butter and blueberries plus salt. And I have started drinking, I drink 3 of these. These are 40 fluid ounces. I drink this on top of my shaker cup water and my glass of water. So that is like 32 fluid ounces and then 40 times 3. So I drink I usually drink most seasons 130, but it seems like I've been going a little bit higher, like 140 fluid ounces, 150. Give or take. I mean, I don't always finish the 3rd one of these, but I definitely always non-negotiable get 2 of these in. If you guys like WOLFpak, I do have a discount code BSHAY. They've got everything you could imagine for accessories and bags. And I'll continue to show you guys what I got, but love this cup so much. You guys can get it for a discount. So I am going to eat and I actually have to go do a bunch of client check-ins this morning before it gets too late. I don't like my clients to wait. I'm very responsive and I have a coaching inquiry I need to respond to. So this is the start of the day. All right, so I got done 5 client check-ins. I wrote out a list of workout updates that I'm gonna need to get to after I get some movement in today. Typically, it's ideal for me to wake up and walk, but today wasn't the day due to being woken up in the middle of the nightish morning. I was like, man, I need to get my sleep. So I am going to take a brain break for a little bit. You know, I really take a lot of time with each client, looking at their plans, making those adjustments, sending a voice memo back to them, ongoing communication back and forth with them. And it's really important to me to prioritize that work. And I don't like people waiting for me, so I got that all done. So all the check-ins are done that were in my mailbox. I'm going to take a brain break walk to get my steps in. I have to forcefully walk to get steps in. I don't have an active job anymore. I used to when I worked in the hospital as a therapist, but I no longer do. So I have to make sure that I take that time each day and walk on the treadmill or walk outside So that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I do content while I'm doing the steps. Most of the time I'm doing content. And it really helps me kind of be productive while getting my steps in. A lot of times I encourage people to get like a walking pad, and that works out well. So right now I'm getting my supplements. I did have breakfast. I'm gonna have lunch when I come back, and I'll show you guys that. But I am taking my supplements. I want to show you guys. I want to show you all. You're gonna be like, wow, that girl takes a lot. So I'm probably not gonna swallow them while I'm on camera. But this is my pile. It's hard to see in the thing, but I will show you guys what I have here. So I take the Nutrex Research Vitadat multivitamin. I take Anabol Ripped. This is helpful for leaning down and keeping a strength in the gym, muscle. And I do take a natural testosterone booster, Alpha T Magnum. If you have not followed my stories for a long time, I have low testosterone, or I did, and I've fortunately been able to move from 0 or non-traceable to 3 at the start of prep last year to pretty much 20 during prep somehow. And I've checked it twice, and I will say Alpha T Magnum's been very helpful. Also, managing my perceived stress and improving my sleep are all reasons why that's better. And then I also do take, I don't have that on here, but I do take pregnenolone, and I take fish oil. I also take saffron, and what else? And I take magnesium, magnesium citramate. And then I do take magnesium at night to sleep too. So those are my supplements every day. And then I'm going to mix up some more supplements for just supportive for the day, for my recovery day, my rest day. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. All right, so every day I take creatine for women from Nutrex Research and the EAA plus hydration formula. I mix it in a full shaker cup of water. So I'm going to drink this on the way to my walk. I'm going to actually go somewhere to walk today, and not very far. It's just down the road, but it's pretty. I like to listen to some podcasts, or I listen to continuing education content. Just depends on my mood. When I want to de-stress, I listen to different types of music that are a little bit more soothing to me. Sometimes that is like a worship music, or just some like R&B. It really depends on my mood. So I've got my supplements here. Once again, I take these every day. Creatine for women in the EAA plus hydration. I do take intra workout on my lifting days, or I'll take it for like cardio. Sometimes I do fasted cardio. It really depends on the day. It depends what time it is, depends how I'm feeling. Once again, it just depends. It's not something that I have to do every day. I'm not a stickler on that. So yeah, got this ready to go. And I like my Sling WOLFpak bag. This is super awesome to walk with. I'm going to put my phone in there, my wallet. I don't like to leave my wallet in the car. And all you do is just strap it on like this. So I'll be able to walk quite easily with this. If I get warm, I'll take my sweatshirt off, tie it around my waist, and then I'll have headphones on. And once again, it's just to kind of keep everything in place. I love this WOLFpak bag. Sling bags are like my favorite from them. And then I'll show you guys, when I train, I use the 45 liter size. When I work, I use the 35 liter because I like to put my laptop in there. It fits perfectly. So they have different sizes for different things. My goal for this week is just to continue to maintain this weight. I did get an update between like my last message to now that my macros do come down. He wants me to start that Monday. So my check-ins are on Wednesday, but he wants me to start my new macros. He said Friday or Monday, but I do have rest day macros that we started doing. I had asked him, I was like, listen, my weight's always going up, after rest days. I was in a small surplus. So I was like, can we kind of like bring that down a little bit by like having a little bit less food on rest days? So I do have a little bit lower food today. I do 200 carbs in Saturday. So he's like, do you want to start it on Friday or Monday? And I'm like, let's do Monday because I already have a lower day on Saturday. And then Sunday, I have a really hard leg day. And I'm like, let's just do like one last push. So this is like our last like full week regular plan. And Monday is going to kick it into gear, which is exciting and like almost a little nerve-wracking, but exciting. The macro changes are a little significant. Nothing I can't do. It's like a 200 calorie drop. Carbs are still like 233. Fats are 10 down and proteins 10 down. So I am ready for it. Someone had asked like, what do you do like when you get changes? Because I like things very precise. I do limit down my food variety. So I'll eat, you'll see as time goes on YouTube, I'm eating pretty much the same things. I do mix and match my meals though. I have had the same breakfast forever just because I love it so much. And I share it with you guys all the time. It's the cream of rice with the protein powder, blueberries, almond butter. My lunch is variable, but it's always the same concept. It's protein, rice, always, and a vegetable. And then dinner varies. It's a protein. I go between rice or potato and vegetable. And my snacks are probably the most variable. So that's like my most variance I have. But as I get closer to the show, those variances I pull down even more. I personally choose to not have dairy for like 4 weeks personally. And I do keep fruit in. I do keep all of that. It's just like the dairy for 4 weeks. I don't have a ton of dairy, but I do notice when I have dairy, the weight fluctuates a little bit more. I do salt all of my food and I keep up with that. So because I would say like I've been doing this so long, I do not pre-plan my meals. I just kind of go with the flow. But anybody that's new, I definitely encourage you to pre-plan. So I'm going to make this lunch. I've got to get to 4 program updates before I pick up my daughter at school. So it's crunch time. So you guys get to kind of see like how busy my schedule is and like how I have to fit everything in. And today is actually not an ideal day of rest because I got up way too late and I feel like a little behind. All right, so this is my lunch. I do eat white rice and there's the chicken with the salad and I put salt on the rice. It's so good. All right, so I just got home from pickup and she was placed for like an hour after. So I need to make a snack. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have yet. I'm thinking a Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna do a Greek yogurt. Maybe hard-boiled eggs. So I do like to get hard-boiled eggs. They're super easy, ready to go. So Greek yogurt and hard-boiled eggs. And I do need some fibers, so probably an apple or an orange. That's what I'm gonna go for. Let me show you guys the yogurts. I buy 2 different kinds. So there's the extra protein one. And oh, I do have banana behind me because she just had a sundae. So I'm probably gonna do the salted caramel banana yogurt with half a banana sliced in, maybe skip the eggs, and I think I'm gonna do walnuts. So this is like how I game plan decisions on creating meals. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I think for dinner, I'm going to do, I've got ground turkey, cucumber, and I've got some rice left. Probably gonna do that. And then see what I've got left. Probably some avocado, depending where my fats land. And that's how I finish out my macros. So that wraps up for what the day looks like. I'll have a snack. I'll eat dinner in about an hour and a half. I know they're kind of close together, but that is reality of me. That is reality of being a mom. I eat 4 times a day on my rest days and 5 times on my training days if I'm up early. And I'm not as like, Like, I don't have set meal times. I don't eat a certain number of meals per day. There's kind of lax with that. I hit my macros, make sure I have protein every meal, make sure I have fiber and micronutrients. And that's how I teach my clients. So if you're a client listening, you already know this is what I'm telling you guys on your check-ins. If you guys are looking for someone to help you with your goals, I do online coaching. I've been coaching since 2014. I am, somebody that really understands being a woman, being a mom, being in their 40s as well as 20s and 30s, since I started so young at this. And I really like to make sure that my clients feel confident and we're breaking down barriers and getting the results that you want. So if you guys are interested in coaching, you guys can go on my website, bshafet.com. You can message me on one of my social media accounts. I am the one that is answering, or you guys can shoot me an email. Thanks for tuning in on the day of the live. Nothing too fancy here. It's going to be snack, hang out with our daughter, and then have dinner, and then get her ready for bed. So I'm not going to really film the rest of today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little behind the scenes and what my day looks like.